You're watching the Fantasy Sports Zone.
And hello and welcome to the Fantasy Sports Zone podcast. Hope you're doing well tonight. Friday night, 10-17. A lot of things to talk about in the NFL. So let me real quickly get into this. Deebo Samuel looks like he's questionable for week 7. Kyler Murray is also questionable. George Kittle likely to play. That'd be good for those who own him. Brock Bowers, nope. Mac Jones looks like he's going to be taking Brock Purdy's spot as quarterback again this week. Could be good for Kendrick Bourne owners, by the way, including myself. And see, Marvin Harrison Jr. also looks to be clearing concussion protocol. He could be back this week as well. Okay, so earlier today on TikTok, I was asked a question about, who would you start? Nick Chubb, Woody Marks. And I tell you, after the game that Marks had in Tennessee, I thought he was going to be the lead back or really be pushing towards the lead back. But then a regression the following week, and Chubb was back in charge again. The role, it seemed like. I don't really know what to tell you. If you have Woody Marks, and I do, I would maybe, unless you really needed to start him this week, maybe just sit him on the bench, see what happens, and who knows. If you got Nick Chubb, I would definitely go ahead and start him because I believe they're going to give Chubb the biggest part of the handling the ball. But again, Woody Marks is good, and he's really a good ball player. But unfortunately, he's it's kind of up in the air with him. So something else I was talking about on TikTok earlier today as well. So I found that in one of my leagues that I'm in 4 different leagues. This one I've been in since 1998. And so I went to look for a trade possibility here. So I went to one of the team owners and I looked at see who he had. And I realized he had 2 people that had been on the IR for a bit, still in his starting lineup, and his good players down on the bench. So I realized that he was not playing fantasy football anymore. And the interesting part to all of that is, um, I've come across this a lot in leagues that I kind of just throw myself in, sometimes like ESPN or Yahoo, and I just throw myself into a public league, and that does happen quite a bit when be NBA, MLB, or NFL. It just seems like that happens. But this league has been established for a while. If I'm not mistaken, this person's been in our league for at least, I'll say, probably about 5 years, maybe. Anyway, so I went to make the trade and realized that nope, it doesn't seem like he's playing any longer. And so there's some good players sitting on his bench that it'd be great if they would just maybe we should just look at putting at least the bench players back into the waiver wire or something like that. I don't know, but either way, it's kind of heartbreaking when you go to a team that, hey, this may work out as a good trade, and realize that the people on his starting lineup's been on the IR for a few weeks. Okay, so I'm looking at some more news coming out of the NFL. Looks like Christian Watson. He will not be starting in week 7. Actually, I picked Christian Watson up a couple weeks ago, hopefully anticipating him to play soon. In one of my leagues, I'm 1-5. I'm in 4 leagues, and the other 3 are I'm in good shape, winning, doing well, all that. But in this one league, I'm 1-5, so it's a little bit of a trying to find somebody to give me some help. All right, let's go on and look at some more news. Let me see what else is newsworthy here. Um, Isaiah Bond was somebody that a lot of people thought could do well. Would maybe with a new quarterback, maybe something good could happen for Isaiah Bond. Unfortunately, he's not. I would suggest now at this point, dropping him would be fine. If anybody's still holding on to him. I don't know if he's going to break out, and I think it's like around week 10. Cedric Tillman's coming back. So, since he didn't break out already, I would say Isaiah Bond's a good one to go ahead and drop. Dylan Sampson's another one. I think a lot of us, including myself, picked up Stash to see what happened, and unfortunately, he's just not produced at all. Another one I would go ahead and suggest dropping. Darnell Mooney. I mean, you could keep him on your bench if you wanted to. He's just not really produced like we thought. And so there's that. Some more news I'm seeing. Darius Slayton, no, doubtful for week 7. So if you have him, just keep him on the bench. Zach Ertz is also questionable for this week as well. So there's a few things. Now, I definitely wanted to cover the entire situation with Sampson and Bond because two guys in the early part of the season, a lot of people were hyped up on. Sampson looked pretty good at the beginning of that. Bond just not ever broke out yet, even with the injuries of like Cedric Tillman, with either Flacco or Gabriel as quarterback. Maybe if Sanders gets in there and quarterbacks, maybe he does. But at this point in time, those are two guys I would definitely drop. Okay, and a couple more things. If you have Quentin Johnston, I wish I did. I had the opportunity to pick him up. Missed it. Oh, well. What do you do? And this is a league I'm struggling in, so it'd have been great if I could been able to have picked him up. But he will be playing in week 7, it looks like. So if you have Quentin Johnston, that is a good sign there. Like I said earlier, Deebo Samuels is he's questionable, but all right. How about Gadsden? Gadsden's really starting to pick up some steam. Somebody you might want to think about stashing and maybe even starting this week, possibly. But Gadsden's really doing good. There's a lot of concern that I'm seeing when it comes to Keenan Allen. Lad's going to do well. Quentin Johnston's going to do well. I think Keenan Allen. I would not drop him. I've seen where people have talked about either if you can get a trade for him, okay, that might be fine, depending on who you might be able to get for him. But Keenan Allen's somebody worth holding on to. I wouldn't be too disappointed in what's going on with him. He is older, but he is a very good ball player. And let's see who else. Haskins is someone that you need to look at this week. He's got an injury here. Let's see what we're saying here. His chest, so he's questionable for week 7. Dow would be the one who's going to pick it up and go, and Ricky Purcell for the San Francisco 49ers. He is ruled out, and that's another reason if you have Kendrick Bourne, good idea to go ahead and start him. Him and Mac Jones have, golly, 142, 145 yards in the last couple of games. If it's Mac Jones, even if anybody else, Kittle, for instance, that's who I'm trying to get to. Even with him coming back, I would still look at Kendrick Bourne as being a starter. I think he's going to do well. He may not get the 142, but it'd be great to see him get in the end zone for sure, and maybe get close to 100 yards. But he should get several targets, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you definitely got Kendrick Bourne, he's worth starting. And that's all I have for tonight, guys. Until next time, God bless. We'll see you soon.
You're watching the Fantasy Sports Zone.